privilege of witnessing the transfer of an important piece of naval history from the private collection of the Wisniewski and Hildebrandt families to the National Museum of the United States Navy. The flag before us is a U.S. Navy Vice Admiral flag, the same as the U.S. Army's Lieutenant General flag. In a tradition stretching back to 1865, naval flag officers display their personal flags on their ship when they are aboard night and day until they are relieved of command.
So on behalf of the United States Army, the soldiers, sailors, civilians, Marines, Coast Guardsmen, contractors here at Fort Huachuca, we are proud and honored to host this ceremony today to give this special flag back.
My cousin John Hildebrandt, he joined the Navy in 1961 and he got out in 1965. And that's the time I think, can't prove it for sure, but that's the time I feel he was given the flag by my Aunt Pearl. I decided to do a little investigation on it, and I typed in this information on the bottom of this band right there and pushed the button, and guess who showed up? Admiral Frank Fletcher. So that's how we got the connection.
As a senior ranking naval officer assigned to Fort Huachuca, it is my distinct honor and privilege to accept Admiral Fletcher's 3-star flag on behalf of the Wisniewski and Hildebrandt families, and to present it to Mr. Samuel Cox, Rear Admiral retired, who serves as the Director of Naval History and the Heritage Command and Curator of the United States Navy.
But if I may, on the flag, let me tell you a little bit to give you the flavor of what was going on, 75 years ago, when Admiral Fletcher, through most of the period, was a Rear Admiral, 2-star, in command of U.S. carrier forces, and the first 3 carrier-on-carrier engagements in the history of the world. So the Battle of Coral Sea, which was the first time in history where surface ships never saw each other, it was all won and lost by a small number of aviators on both sides attacking the other's carriers. And the same was at the Battle of Midway, which turned out to be, in the history books, it goes down as the most lopsided victory in naval history, or one of them, where all 4 of the Japanese carriers involved were lost. Both those battles were commanded by, Admiral Fletcher. He came under some criticism because he was not an aviator, but when you look back historically and you look at the decisions he made, they were all prudent and sound, and the proof is in the pudding. We close call in both cases, but they were both victories. So he is an incredible hero of the United States Navy, and we are deeply appreciative to have his flag returned to the Navy, where we will put it in a place of honor in our museum.